But it is my joy to be appearing on your screen. So once again this morning, I am so happy. We are here to review our newspaper, to know what is happening to the country, to discuss about what is affecting you back there at home. And of course, do not forget as well, it is our Partners Week. Yeah, we are in the first week of March, and that means that this week is specially crafted for you. Why do I say it's specially crafted for you? Because the first week we celebrate you being a partner, we celebrate you being a friend, we celebrate you being our viewer, and we celebrate you being there for us each and every time. So this whole week we are going to be celebrating you, and of course we are also going to be partnering for Oracle TV. I'm going to be giving you my pay bill numbers in just a while. Don't worry about it, because the show ndo inaanza hivi. So in the course of the show, I will give you my pay bill numbers for partnering with Oracle TV in the first week of March, because it is our Partners Week. That too, and also we have a newspaper review coming up for you. I do have two guests with me. I do have Hon Douglas, and also I do have Shiro Chief. You've seen her a number of times. She will be joining us also for the paper review. Okay, now allow me to just speak little about our Partners Week. Why do we partner with Oracle TV? Because first of all, achana nile pati ya kupartner, we first of all partner because we love you, and we partner because we need to be to pay to stay on air. So that is why we partner. My producer had put that pay bill number for you right there. So in case you want to partner with us, you can always use that pay bill number. That is 171133. Account number is Oracle TV, or account name Oracle TV. You can partner with whatever you have, and also that is not the only way you can partner with us. You can also partner with us by purchasing some of our products. We do have diaries with us, we do have notebooks, we do have Oracle TV mags. You can also partner with us by sponsoring a show that you love. If you love Impact Dialogues, you can sponsor us. It is also part of partnering. If you love Wordfest, if you love Gospel Reflect, if you love Women Without Excuse, whatever program you love, you sponsor it. That is also part of our partnering. And also advertising on OTV, advertising on Oracle TV is also a way of partnering. I'm very sure that you're going to be hearing this the whole week. We will tell you about it each and every day of the week. Tutakuwa tukieleza how to partner with Oracle TV. And for you who wants to be a long-term partner, we also got you covered. Okay, and apart from that, where are you watching me from? Are you watching me on Signet? Are you watching me on Pang? I'll also want to hear some of your comments, know where you're watching us from. I'll also want to hear what you think about where the country is at the moment. Everything that is happening with the affordable housing, with the inflation, with also the creation of a prime minister seat, allegedly. That I think that is about to happen, but we'll be speaking about that in the show. I think apart from that, all I've left to do is just to welcome you. It's just to welcome you, and thank you for joining me this morning. But before I bring my guest on board, I want us to take a very, very, very short break, and then when we come back, I'll be going through the newspaper with you with my guests. I'm going to introduce them to you in just a bit, and also going through your messages and hearing where you're watching us from as well. If you have any other question about partnership, I'll be here for you. But as of now, I want us to take a short break. We are coming back in just a bit. Do not go anywhere. Keep it OTV. Usiende mahali jamani, usiguze your dial. We are coming back. Yeah, we are coming right back. But before we go off air, where are you watching me from? Where are you watching me from? Are you watching me on Pang? Are you watching me on Signet? Are you watching me on Oracle TV Plus? Oracle TV Plus. If you do not know about Oracle TV Plus, I'll be giving you the gist in just a while. That is our app. That is our baby at the moment. It is the newest thing we have on Oracle TV. You see, when you have a small child in the house, like a last born, and then you you take care of that last born. That is what we do here with Oracle TV Plus, because it's our new app. You can get it on a Google Play Store. You can watch Impact Dialogues right there. You can watch Wordfest right there. You can watch Rev Marketani as well right there. You can watch Dr. Oracle there, Dr. Pauline Oracle there. It's just, and it has live TV. It's just making things easier. It's just making things easier having Oracle TV mkononi kwa simu yako. Alright, and also for those of you who have been complaining hawana signal, I think the complaints zimepungua, and it is my joy that complaints zimepungua, because the more complaints inaongezeka, the more stressed we get. But when we hear complaints zimepungua, we are rest assured that unatupata vizuri mahali ambapo tuko sawa sawa. And I want to know if you are getting us loud and clear, if your neighbor is getting us loud and clear. Na niliwaambia siri ni moja. Siri ni to make sure that your aerial is facing in the right direction, and once you do that, you are rest assured that utapata signal. Do not rescan if you've not changed the direction of your aerial, because utascan lakini hautaipata. Watu wa Githurai sijasikia complaints yoyote, so I'm hoping and praying that ilirudi kabisa. Watu wa Embu, no one from Embu has called me to confirm. Embu, watu wa Embu, I need you people to call. I need you people to call and text and WhatsApp and tell me where did you people go? Signal yenu ilienda wapi watu wa Embu? And if ilirudi, it is good to say ilirudi, kwa sababu especially Embu Siakago, we had a few complaints from Embu Siakago, and I would really like to know if signal ilirudi huko. Watu wa Machakos as well, I would like to hear from you. And which other area? Kisii. Also, watu wa Kisii, I would love to hear from you as well to know if our signals are back, okay? And now, for that much awaited break, we are taking a short break. When we come back, we are coming back to delve into the newspapers to see what the dailies have for us today. The headlines on the dailies, of course, we delve into them. We see our editors wakona nini hapo ndani. We see what is happening to the country, and we see what to do about it. We say we do that because when you are praying, you know what to pray for, right? Sawa sawa. So for that much awaited break, we go for a short break, and then we are coming back.
God bless you, Dr. Oracle and Pauline Oracle, live right here on Mountain of Deliverance. There is a great ladies meeting coming on. This is Daughters of Honor, Nairobi chapter. What do you have for them?
On the 8th of March.
8th of March.
Please make a date with us. Make a date with your destiny. We are coming to package you, or to repackage the woman for her greatness.
Repackaging a woman for her destiny.
For her destiny on her greatness.
Every woman has a destiny.
Every woman has a destiny that is very great.
Very great. And there are women in the Bible whose destiny were so great. Women like Deborah, women like Esther, they were repackaged to fit in the purposes of God for their destiny. What are they expecting? Who are the guest speakers?
We are going to have our Father minister to us and packaging us as women of destiny.
Yes.
He is going to be ministering to us. He's going to be anointing us. He's going to be putting a label of greatness upon each one of us.
Amen.
So please make a date with us. We are right here on Moranga Road. Our meeting is going to be right here at 9 in the morning.
All the way to
1 o'clock.
Right.
After we are anointed and we've been packaged, we are going to share in snacks together.
Snacks. Carry your sacrifice.
Carry your sacrifice.
Carry your sacrifice.
Yes.
Are you in business? Carry your sacrifice.
Yes.
My mandate on that day is to repackage women of substance, women that have the final say in the marketplaces, in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
You can't dare miss this meeting. Dates
is the 8th of March.
8th of March,
yes.
That is on a Saturday.
It's on a Saturday morning.
9 o'clock all the way to 1
o'clock. 1 o'clock, yes.
First come, first serve. Be here the earliest.
The last time we met here, women were blessed.
We had a great meeting here.
On the 8th of February also.
Yes.
We had a powerful meeting, and women got healed of their pain.
Pain, turning your pain into gain.
Turning your pain into gain. I've received so many messages,
so many testimonies.
So many testimonies that women feel lighter. So now come, we repackage you for your destiny in Jesus' mighty name. May the Lord bless you.
Amen. Greatness begins when money speaks in your handbag.
Ukuu inaanzia wakati pesa zinaongea mfukoni mwako.
When you get into a salon,
Unapoingia kwenye saloni,
you do everything you can
wafanya yote uwezayo,
and you pay 18,000
unalipa 18,000 pale
without bargaining,
bila kupiga bei.
and you don't pay cash, you swipe your card.
Cash, unatumia kadi yako.
You ask them, do you have a machine? I want to swipe my Visa card.
Kuna mashine nataka kutumia Visa kadi yangu.
Pana ngoja nifulize. Umesema ni pesa ngapi? Who told you we are fuliza here?
Nilikwambia fuliza.
Somebody say I divorce fuliza.
Nakataa hiyo fuliza.
God bless you, all of us, those who are viewing us. This is Oracle Television, and today we are happy to have some of our guests who have been ministering in Nakuru, Mountain of Deliverance Church, Nakuru, with the Reverend Mark. And with me here is a man of God, Stephen, all the way from the US, a great teacher of the Word of God, coming to impact the life of Kenyan leaders. Welcome on board, sir.
Thank you so much. It's
Yes.
a joy to be here at the Oracle Television Network.
Right.
Let me just tell you a little bit about who I am and what I do. So for the
Yes.
past 55 years,
Right.
been serving Jesus all over the world. Many of those years were spent in Bogota, Colombia, where my wife and I and our little small family
Right.
served as missionaries with One Challenge.
Uh-huh.
And then in 2005, I created a ministry of One Challenge called LifeWorks.
LifeWorks.
So we have been here in country with leaders from all over the Nanyuki area, as well as here in Nairobi,
Right.
to do LifeWorks with church pastors and their leaders to go through the process of LifeWorks.
Yes.
It's very easy.
Uh-huh. So what kind of leaders do you train?
We train leaders who are pastors of senior pastors in their local churches,
Right.
along with who they consider their key leaders.
Right.
So they come to a LifeWorks event, which we just had, and we have 87 Kenyans out there going to use LifeWorks in their location.
Right. So LifeWorks is a training ministry only leaders, especially senior pastors.
Right, but LifeWorks is applicable for anyone.
Anyone who
Anyone.
has a calling for the work of the kingdom.
Amen.
Because anyone can be a leader in the kingdom.
In the kingdom,
Yes.
if they fulfill all of the requirements that First Timothy has of leaders.
Right.
So we love doing what we do. In fact, I have this on my wrist. It says, I love what I do.
Yes.
I love who I am. And then on the inside, it says, all because of Jesus. And that's what we've been doing here in Kenya. Been here multiple times. And in fact, in our 20 years of serving Jesus around the world, more than 10,000 church leaders and pastors
Yes.
have gone through LifeWorks. We believe in life transformation. In fact, that's what Pastor Brent says all the time, that he's addicted. He's addicted to life transformation.
Life transformation.
And LifeWorks is all about life transformation.
Powerful, powerful. We really, really appreciate. What would you want to tell Kenyan pastors who are out there who have the desire for this training?
If you are a pastor and you are stuck in your ministry or you want to go to the next level, we always say, what do you want? And every pastor says more.
Yes.
Every pastor around the world says more. More of Jesus, more training, more patience, whatever it is, the
Yes.
word is more. So LifeWorks can be a tool in your ministry toolbox. Pastors, we can tell you that if you are transformed by LifeWorks, you will want to go back to your congregation,
Right.
go back to your key leaders,
Yes.
and share LifeWorks with them. So
That
we
is
hope to see you next April when we're back here in Kenya.
That is next year in April, you'll be in Kenya.
Yes, we're coming back. We're coming back. We're going to come back and be with you.
Right. In the Mountain of Deliverance, Nairobi.
Absolutely.
So you've just come from Nakuru right now.
Yes,
How many leaders were in that conference or that summit?
Okay, in that summit, in that leadership summit, we had 187 pastors.
187.
Yes, 187.
That means 187 churches will be
That
impacted.
means 187 churches. This Sunday,
Yes.
they will be in their pulpit.
Uh-huh.
Their lives will be totally transformed.
Yes.
And I'm kind of excited about what God's going to do this Sunday.
Yes.
Because they attended LifeWorks.
Amen. Transformation in the lives of leaders.
Amen.
That is what Kenyan pastors require, and pastors all over Africa. We need to be equipped. Tell us your experience in Kenya.
In Kenya, I've been coming to Kenya since 2008
2008.
with various missions organizations,
Right.
doing church planting, discipleship, leading, evangelism, equipping pastors and leaders. But
Yes.
so I've been coming frequently since 2008.
That is powerful. And you've been able to train leaders.
Yes.
That is pastors and their leaders.
Yes.
Yes. What would you say about Kenyan leadership or leadership in this side of the world?
I think, to me, when I look at the pastors here in Kenya, the people we've been a part of,
Yes.
they're hungry to want to know more about how they can improve their calling
Yes.
as pastors and leaders. And I think that's one thing that all of us want is how can we grow in our calling
Yes.
that God has called us into as spiritual leaders of our churches and beyond.
Beautiful,
Yes.
beautiful. Because what we see in the Bible, when Jesus called his disciples, he said, "Follow me and I'll make you." So your ministry is a ministry of making
Absolutely.
leaders.
Yes.
Yes.
So how can you be better at what God has called you to do? Exactly.
To be better.
Yes. And then
yes.
equip those whom you're leading
Right.
to be more effective.
Yeah, because one of the areas we are lacking in Kenya is equipped leaders. Somebody wants just to start a ministry without proper foundation.
Absolutely.
And I believe what you're doing in Africa is really, really great.
Thank
We don't take that for granted. Your family
Yes.
in America.
Yes.
You have a family in America.
I do. I have 2 children,
Yeah.
40 and 39.
Right.
And I have 4 great grandsons, and I enjoy my time with them as well.
Amen. We are looking forward to seeing you again in the month of May next year.
And today.
Amazing. Amazing. You know, when it comes to newspapers, the conversation go and go and go without stopping. But thank you so much for joining us once again. If you're just joining us, this is Impact Dialogues with me, Ruth Wanjiru. And I did promise you that once we come from the break, we are coming to review the dailies. But before we review the dailies, you can see I'm not alone in studio. As always, I have 2 amazing political analysts. I'm going to start with the ladies because I'm wanasemanga ladies first. And I'm a lady. Yeah, I'm a lady and I understand that rule very well. So ladies first. Shiro karibu.
Asante sana.
For yet another, I think this is the third time you're coming here.
Yes,
Yeah,
third
karibu
time.
sana.
Asante sana. I bring you greetings from the Democratic Congress and from my people from Moranga. They send me greetings and thank you for having me.
Thank you. It is always a pleasure having you around.
Asante.
Anaitangwa Shiro wa chief. Hajaituambia kwenye chief ilitoka. But it is well. And with me we have a very new face. You do not know him. This is Hon Douglas.
Yes.
I think I'll let you introduce yourself because I think you'll do justice.
Okay, I am Douglas Maraga. I have vied twice. Unfortunately, kura hazikutosha. So I bring also
well.
greetings from Nyamira County and Nairobi County people. Thank you for
Amazing.
having me at Oracle TV.
Thank you, Karibu. We say that the future is here. And now, before we get right into the newspapers, by the way, it is just a reminder that we are in our Partners Week. Do not forget this is our Partners Week. We appreciate you in this week. So anything you want in this week, when you're here too, I'll make that happen. Then getting back into the dailies. I don't know which is your favorite. We have the Standard, we have the Star, and we also have Daily Nation. Those are our lovelies. These are not tunapenda review. But I don't know what headline stands out for you. Let me start with Douglas. What stands out for? Is it the Daily Nation? Is it the Standard? Or is it the Star?
What stands out for me is this one.
The Star. Okay.
You see this one, it says families go hungry as high food prices bite. This is a basic need that we need to solve from the onset. Now you see this one is red flags in Ruto's housing. This is the Daily Nation. And that one is the core president. You see, these are personal things.
With a very big question mark.
But this is the first thing we need to solve in this country. Someone who is hungry. Someone said a hungry man is angry man.
Yeah, hungry man.
So
is
we
an
need to
angry
solve
man.
this first before even we go to talk about political power sharing and housing projects, which houses have been built on lands which don't have original title deeds. So we need to solve this one.
That is what stands out for you.
Yes.
Shiro, which headline stands out? Najua unapenda Taifa Leo lakini hatuna Taifa Leo leo.
Haiko.
But which one stands out for you
I
today?
think I would also go with that one.
With the Star,
Yes, because the cost of living is becoming a toll on many lives, and it is an issue we need to solve before we get to politics. Because this is politics. This is personal. This for personal interest. Whatever Raila wants, that is his personal interest. But on the issue of food security, that cuts across all divides.
Amazing. So I think we are going to start with the Star kwa sababu hiyo ndio mmependa zaidi. Nyinyi wote. And now to you who's watching us, you can get it for yourself. At home you can see the headline for today. Families go hungry as a high food prices bite. I think we're going to start reviewing this kwa sababu ndo mmependa nyinyi wote, and we see what they have in for us. So they're saying that inflation has wreaked havoc on home budgets, and I'm sure back at home umeona vitu zimeongezeka bei kidogo, and this is in page 4 to 5. So maybe to kick us off, why do you think inflation imepanda hivi sana Maraga?
Number one is because of increment in tax.
Okay.
Everything nowadays is being taxed. You bought a vehicle, you pay fare, it's taxed. You go to a supermarket, you buy food, it's taxed. You buy airtime, it is taxed. You talk to a friend, that talk in itself, it is taxed. Everything in this country is about tax. So the increment in terms to do with tax, it increases the rate of inflation. And then there is now the priorities of the government. Where does the priority in terms to do with development in government lie? You see, now we are talking about power sharing, we are talking about housing project. Houses are good, but where is the priority when people are dying of hunger? Who will live in that house? Yes, and then when you are sharing power, who are you going to lead when people die? Now inflation comes in with many things, considering with number one, leadership of the government, number two, the governance. So those are two different things, leadership and governance. You can be able to lead, but you're not governing. Governance is about the effectiveness and the results, the impact, the prolific impact that you cause in the community. And leadership comes in when you inspire people for a common cause. Now, leadership is here inspiring people for a common cause about power sharing. And yet governance is lacking and missing in our country. So inflation is there in this country, and people are really suffering.
Amazing. I don't know what are your thoughts on that, Shiro. And here I can see that notably prices of sugar, cooking oil and tomatoes have risen by 3.2%. That is of sugar has risen by 3.2%. That of cooking oil by 1.6%, and that of tomatoes by 1.3%, and this is actually between January and February 2025. Now, going back to last year, I think when the farmers were planting, the government did a very I would like it I would like to call it a very notable thing by reducing the prices of fertilizers, and we had our farmers, have a bumper harvest and all that. Why do you think that prices are increasing now, yet pale nyuma tulipatiwa fertilizer ya bure na tukapanda na tukavuna?
First of all, before you talk about kupana na kuvuna, I take you back. You thought fertilizer ya bure, but it was fake. You remember that saga? It was all over when Mithika Rinturi was the CS for agriculture. We had fake fertilizers everywhere. That could be a cause for now the poor harvest we experienced last year. And I think some of these things are devolved functions, and we see some of the county governments are not doing enough to strengthen the agricultural sector. For example, in Moranga, I think Moranga is doing quite well. I saw our governor leading, but in so many other places, the agricultural sector is alienated. There is also the dairy farming, the cash crop farming, the staple food farming, and you see, once you kind of not support the agriculture, it's the backbone of every society. The villages depend on the waru they harvest, the maize they harvest, and like now here we hustle and have our way out. So it could be a call to our county government as well as to our national government through the ministry to try and come up with some of the regulatory boards to regulate some of things like the fake fertilizers and such.
Yeah, and I think it was just the other day I saw a story about Narok, about the wheat. They really had a bumper harvest, lakini sasa hakuna soko ya kupeleka hiyo ngano. And this has me wondering, is it that we have the harvest, yes, lakini hatuna mahali pa kupeleka? Because if I as a farmer of wheat nishapata hii bumper harvest and I don't have a market to take it itaoza, si ndio? Then you go back to the supermarket, bei ya unga iko juu. Why do we have this huge difference? Yet tuko na watu ambao walilima na pata bumper harvest. Soko zilienda wapi Maraga?
Soko iko. The problem is it's filled with cartels. You find out that we import things where we manufacture them in this country. Where we harvesting, people are still importing. Then you lack where to sell them because those who are dominating the market, they have that urge to make a lot of money. So they know once they get into this side, they will lose. So they have to benefit from this side. So Soko is there. The problem is the leadership, guidance, and be able to create that avenue for everyone to be able to come on board and bring their resources on board so that they can be able to sell and we can be able to buy. The Soko is there.
Shiro, umetoka Murang'a County. Put yourself in the shoes of a farmer. You as a farmer, what would be your cry or rather advice to the president ndio tuone kama hii kitu itasolviwa? Because if our sokos that don't have these products and we are importing them, because if we have unga in the supermarkets and mkulima nyumbani analia wheat hana soko, that means that we are importing whatever is in the supermarket. So what would be your cry or call to the president yenye itasaidia hawa farmers? Because one thing we know is that when you solve the problems of soko ya wakulima, when you solve problems of where to have them take their produce, I think we are going to deal with the issue of lack of food permanently. So Shiro, in the shoes of that farmer, what would be your advice?
I would advise
I will be explaining which nation offers the most comfortable and fire-ducting of
agricultural sectors. For example, the fertilizers. So many farmers, they are dairy farmers. Na tunaonanga maziwa ikimwagwa. But then again, when ukienda kwa super maziwa iko. So many brands. Unashangaa inatoka wapi? Mayai iko, but kwenye naishi huko Kimbo, unaona mama anauza mayai at a loss. But ukienda supermarket days, kuna mayai iko. Akaweza deal with the cartels. It could be a good thing back home.
Yeah, I was looking for something that nimeipata. Now apparently in December 2024, the inflation rate had increased to 3.0% from 2.8% in November. So in November it was around 2.8%. Then come December 3.0%. Upon really rise. Yeah. Then in January it has risen to 3.3%. Then last month it rose to 3.5%. Now we are in March. Should we expect another increase? Or what are we expecting here, Maraga?
Yes, we should expect another increase if leadership is not going to be prolific in terms to causing to the impact for the community. So if the leaders are going to be having that luxurious mindset in terms to do with power sharing and political expediency, we are going to experience an inflation. But if they are going to come down like the way she said, bringing on board subsidiaries, processes, and be able to find a market for the farmers and be able to direct them to sell their product, sell their harvests, we can be able to bring the rate of inflation down. But if that administration is not done, we are expecting it to rise.
Okay.
You see, from December up to this moment, from 3.0, right now we are talking about 3.5. You see, that's 0.5 increment.
Yes. Amazing. And for you who's back at home, if you want to get more on that story, you get your Star newspaper. It is on page 4. And actually I liked how they did it, because they actually took an example of a market seller pale Kangemi. Unajua soko ya Kangemi is the biggest soko we have in Nairobi. Yani kama hujui soko ya Kangemi, kama huja shop Kangemi, then you don't know how to shop for groceries. And they took an example of a maize seller at a Kangemi market. I'm looking for a certain excerpt. Kuna kitu huyu seller alisema, this is what she said. I walked from my job place, that is from Upper Hill to the CBD, and then she says this is a tough economy, forcing me to keep fit. She said that joking. Unajua nile tunainama alafu unasema we are eating healthy. Then this is what I was looking for. Tutatoboa na hii uchumi kweli. And this one is a seller. So in my mind I'm like, if this is a seller, what about the person who's consuming that product? What is there that needs to be done? Are there policies that we need maybe to look at, as Shiro says? Are there maybe some government measures that needs to be revised? Ila nini ya kufanya nini, I'm looking for this word. Yeah, subsidies. Do we need to revise subsidies and all that? I think that's a big question that is hitting in the minds of too many people out there. But if you want to get more on that story, you can go to the Star on page number 4. That is where you're going to get that. And their instant analysis, let me read this before we go to another story. So they say that while the country's annual consumer inflation rose to the fourth month in a row, for the fourth month, that is November, December, January, and February. Yeah, in a row. They're saying that core inflation remained at 2% unchanged from January, while non-core inflation rose to 8.2% from 7.1% in the previous month. Now, KCB cut its main interest rate for the fourth meeting in a row, that is for 10.75% on Feb 5 last month, saying it wanted to do more supporting lending and boosting economic growth. You can get more of that story and more details on page number 4 and 5 of the Star. I think you're going to get those testimonials of wenye ambao waliinterviewiwa hapo, wenye wanaweza kama watatoboa na hiyo uchumi. That is on the side. I don't know if on the Nation we have anything about inflation or the standards. Sijui kama umeona kitu kama hiyo, Shiro. We check if we have anything.
But adding to what Maraga has spoken about taxes, I think what we need to do is to broaden the tax base. In the place of finding a place to tax, you tax, and until it becomes an overtax. That is what is bringing all these issues on the common mwananchi. So if they can broaden the tax base, we could share the load.
That's true. And ile amesema unataxiwa hadi kuongea na rafiki. That is a joke Maraga made here. Unataxiwa mpaka kuongea.
Tunaweza share hiyo load, at least kila mtu akuwe na kashia kidogo. But you see what the president is doing. He has seen a line to tax, taxed it until it has become an overtax.
Wow. I think that is something that we still need to follow up. Of course, we are going to be checking the inflation rates when zitakuwa zikienda and we will continue informing you about that. I didn't see anything about that on the Daily Nation. On the Standard, I don't think I saw it anywhere there. But that's that. You can get your Star page 4 to 5 and read that story. Now, Shiro, your favorite was which one? Yako ilikuwa pia the Star. I think the story that has been mentioned on all newspapers is on the collision between President William Ruto and of course former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. Before we even get into what the daily say, what do you think about that, Shiro? What do you think of that relationship?
As I was telling you, nilisoma headline ya Taifa
Taifa
Leo.
Leo,
And Raila is the mkombozi wa adui zake. He always comes in. Comes in to save his enemy in the hour of need. But again, here I see them as they are just fighting for their personal interests. These are the same people. They are only changing the same monkeys. They are only changing
the trees.
Yeah, they are the same people. I don't expect much because Raila was there with Daniel Moi. He was there with Uhuru Kenyatta. He was there with Kibaki. And I don't think I expect much from this coalition.
Okay.
Especially as it stands, the political wave is actually not in their favor. I'm not saying it is in the favor of Wamunyoro either. But again, it's not a card that I would put on the table.
Maraga, what do you think about this newfound relationship, especially after we do know that the president really campaigned for former prime minister to get the AU seat, but unfortunately he did not get it. Now our son is back in the country. What do you think about this sweet relationship we have right here?
For me, I'm expecting a lot because one, if you're going to create a coalition, it means an expansion of expenditure. And that amount of money is not going to be used for the purpose of supporting, building up and raising the Kenyan communities in terms to do with development and bring down the cost of living. So it means you are going to share power, but again, that extension in itself is a cost. So I'm expecting one, this one goes back to the rate of inflation is going to increase. And then, like she said, Raila ni mkombozi wa wengi. Indeed, it is. But again, Raila may lose the main purpose of why it should be in politics. It should be inclined with the support of citizens. I heard yesterday that when he was in Mombasa, he was given a document to sign with demands being there, and then he said, I'm going to discuss with my people to come and make a decision over the same. But you understand that this document, what they are going to sign is not to the interest of the people. It's the self-aggrandized moment for themselves. So we are going to expect a lot in terms to do with politics. And it's so sad that in our country currently we have more politicians than leaders. So we are the people who are going to suffer a lot. But we forget we are the employers and they are the employees. So we are giving them an ultimatum because 2027 is nearby.
It's nearby.
So we may send many people home. But again, Raila is coming to save the government. Remember, Ruto needs him more than the way Raila needs Ruto. And right now, the hot cake is Raila. Raila is needed on the other side. He's also needed on this side. So he has not made a decision yet. And once he does, there will be also consequences. They may be detrimental to his own political venture going forward. But I guarantee you, I may be a prophet or not. I guarantee you, 2027, if God grants Raila, Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga strength, he's going to vie again. Yeah, I guarantee.
I think we've heard this story way too many times.
I guarantee you.
But I don't know. So when they formed this coalition, I remember in the last regime when President Uhuru Kenyatta, joined hands with Prime Minister, former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. The now president was so much against it. Was so much against this coalition, and we did see peace back then. Wakati they both shook hands. There was some sort of calm, in the political class. There was some sort of calm politically during the regime of Uhuru Kenyatta. Are we yet to see, are we about to see that same atmosphere. Because right now I think we are in a political turmoil. Right now the fires are everywhere, tumbo joto kila mahali. So with this coalition, Shiro, are we expecting to see maybe some sort of calm in the political class?
I would say, unlike in Uhuru Kenyatta's regime, we are dealing with a very woke populace. The young people, we see what they did last year. You see, yesterday in Ruiru, they broke down a church.
Yeah, they did.
Through a TikTok court order.
Wow.
You see, we are dealing with a certain mindset that I don't think can be directed by handshakes and all that. People have reason right now. If they go to my village back in Kirwara, you see people reasoning differently. They are not following their leaders. In fact, they say it's the leaders to follow us to where we want to go. You know, so I think things will remain. Status quo will remain on issues politics, because I think right now people know what they want. Across the board, they all know what they want. If they want to be in opposition, that is what they want. If they want to be in government, that is what they want. If the young people are in Kufa Dereva, Kufa Makanga, that is what they want. And they mean it. They actually mean it.
That is interesting. Maraga, do you think that you're about to see some sort of political calm?
I don't think there is political unrest in this country. It is a mindset that's created by politicians for us to think about it, that there is turmoil here and there. But they create it so that they can get avenues to create their own political positions for political expediency purposes. So in terms to do with political, it's a realignment. Yes, like she said, they are the same monkeys, only with different trees
that change.
and maybe forests. They are the same people, so they are going to create avenues for themselves, for us to think they are bringing together that peace. But we have peace.
We have
peace.
We have peace.
We are very peaceful.
We have
No one is fighting.
Yes, what we need is this to be done away with.
The hunger
just
issue.
bring the rate of inflation down and then solve the issues that are pertinent in this country. When you see Gen Zs articulate matters and issues that are very poignant in this country, they communicate very pregnant points. So the country and the leadership must listen. If they are not going to listen, you see how they did one of the churches in Rio.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was unfortunate.
Those are the kind of mindset you are dealing with. So we have a lineage whereby the previous era is not the same era we are working on. So handshake may not be impactful right now.
As it used to
They
be.
actually did handshake long time ago. Right now they are doing what they are doing is political power sharing. So this one is going to calm their minds. For us, we are calm. What we are waiting for. How are you going to solve issues that we have raised in terms to do with inflation, in terms to do with development in our communities? Because money is there. Money is there. You saw yesterday, the president donated 20 million.
Yeah,
and money is there. You cannot say there is no money. There is money. And then the same. We are in the same country whereby children are struggling in school. I saw that the administration is under a tree. The administration of the school is under a tree, and then someone donates 20 million in this side, and then this side nothing, no comment at all. It's like saying you solve your issues, I'm concentrating on this side. But you know, politicians are always politicians, and that's why 2027 we need to focus with leaders and not politicians. When we look at the politicians, we get it wrong. And I am with the idea where people say that God chooses leaders, but we are the ones who elect them. So God chooses them, yes, but we are the ones who elect them. And you know, God cannot impose his will on the people.
That's true.
Yes, God cannot impose his will on people. So when you elect politicians and leave leaders, God says, okay, if that's your idea, it's right.
Yeah, he did the same with the times of Samuel and Saul. Yes.
But you know, we are the same people who initiate the same problems in this country. When it comes to elections, the time has come overboard, going from when we were told politics is dirty, keep away from it, and yet we are the same people who are telling us keep away from it. They are the same people who queue from morning to evening to vote for the people who are there. And when you tell the right people to keep away from politics, who is going to step in? The people you don't want, and they are the same people you are going to elect. So this 2027, we need to see Christians stepping in. But now I have a problem, because now we elected Christians in 2022. And now we're being failed, and now I don't know how we are going to redeem ourselves in 2027. But I think most importantly, the aspect of Gen Z's brings on board a different perspective in terms to do with what are your objectives, what is your blueprint. Right now we are going to switch into like the US elections and politics. Matters to do with policies. Do politicians have policies? They do. The problem is implementation. 2017, I think 2022, I think we shifted into policy matters. That's where we see we were scrutinizing every document of every political party, of every presidential candidate, and then we elected on matters to do with policies. We neglected the aspect of implementation. So when we see now Gen Z's trying to hold the government accountable, and then most of them are abducted, I feel sad, because they are doing the assignment. Yes, we need to hold the government accountable, but now I'm afraid, because you are abducting someone without a gun and leaving some people who are supposed to be held accountable. So merely a young man, what can a young man do to a government? You cannot go and overthrow the government. It's just a matter of holding the government accountable. So I'm looking forward. They are sharing power, yes, but what is the impact of that? We are going to face the consequences.
Amazing. And I think we can get that story on page number, let me check that, page number 6 and 7 of the Daily Nation. And here they've highlighted the regime of Uhuru Kenyatta when he did the handshake with Raila Odinga. They have also highlighted when he did it with Moi. And I think it was in the Standard. We're going to check that later. In the Standard, where they actually compared the one of Kibaki with the one they have with Raila right now. I don't know how valid that is, but I think it is in the Standard or somewhere. Page 4 of the Standard. And actually the Standard headline nasema co-president. Co-president. I would like to know why they no, ameweka mpaka question mark enyewe. Editors of this one atufanyanga like wameweka co-president, but hapa imepatiwa kipaumbele on page 6 and page 7. I don't know if you have that in the Stamaraga. Anything about the handshake?
The handshake. I think if the president wants to solve the issues of this country, he should read the Star.
The Star.
This is not political. It's about the issues of this country. I think he will get more informed on this, because here you see this paper is talking about go and get stuff. It's food, inflation drives up, and then you come here, you get research vital in driving the tourism sector. You see how law firms are milking counties drive. So the county government also needs to read this paper. And then you come here, you see state has no control over SHA system.
We are going to get
but
to
you know,
that.
I'm worried. In matters to do with SHA, the president earlier was denying and saying this system, the current one, SHA, is working. But yesterday he said, I am very optimistic that it will work. It's going to work. It's going to work. Yes.
We're going to get to share in just a while.
Yes,
First,
okay.
finish off on the Raila Ruto coalition.
Yes.
I want to read maybe a paragraph of what the Nation has. And the Nation kwa hii ya kwanza on page number 6 wanasema how Raila seized control of Senate committees in deal. They continue to say that Kenya Kwanza Alliance ceded the leadership of 5 key house committees to ODM in line with their newfound camaraderie. I like that camaraderie. And they're saying that ODM leader, that is Raila Odinga, allies continue to reap big from his newfound political relationship with President William Ruto, with the former Prime Minister now wielding significant power in the Senate. That is what they are saying on page number 6. When you go to page number 7, they are going into the relationship Raila had with Uhuru Kenyatta. That was in 2018. Just details of their handshake and all that, and then they continue to highlight the one that he is having with President William Ruto right now. Just still in the page number 7, we have reprieve for Wetangula. That is in a fight against his Ulster. You know that Wetangula has been having trouble over the couple of days. But now they are, I think, in ile unaambiango kushusha pumzi.
Yes.
Because the court cannot deal with contempt application until the appellate court rules on the stay application, which is slated for March 21st. So this March, around 21st April, we are about to see something happen. I think we are going to see that. I don't know what the standard says about Raila and President William Ruto.
It says one of the paragraphs says Raila is insisting on ODM retaining its identity through a cooperation, but President Ruto wants to see something more concrete signed by the two sides, so that they continue working together in future.
Yeah, so I'm thinking we when they were doing the NADCO report, when you know, they were trying to come up with policies to make sure that both sides are on the same page. There was a slot for, you know, the seat of a prime minister. Now, according to our constitution right now, that seat cannot be formed because it's against the constitution. It is no longer part of the constitution. But from the NADCO report, if the NADCO report is adopted, I think there is still a chance for him to get the seat as the prime minister. Now, should he get that seat as a prime minister, now what happens to ODM? Maraga?
It will be swallowed. If you look at the history of UDA, how UDA was formed, there are many parties that dissolved and then came to form one umbrella. So it's the same case that's going to happen to ODM. You remember the ODM party has been in leadership and in terms to do in politics for a long period of time. So it may be a conniving moment for it to be swallowed. You see already there are many MPs who are working with the government, and if you look at how they speak, you may think they are in UDA. When they are in ODM, and then there is havoc in ODM. You see people, there is one party on this side, there is one party on this side. So there is already that political divide in the party. So if it comes to the prime minister, I don't think he will be able to sustain it like the case when he did it during the Moi Kibaki era. So currently the president we have in leadership is a different leader who believes in one objective, working as a team, uniting the country. So you cannot unite the country when you are in two umbrellas. So you try to bring them on board. But again, I'm looking at it, they will have to fight hard, because including that role in the constitution, it needs a major constitutional amendment. Unless they create it the way, using the executive orders, the way we have a prime cabinet secretary. It's not in the constitution, but it's there. It has been created. Unless they go through that door, let me say that window. The main door is the constitution.
The constitution.
Yes.
That's unless they use the NADCO report.
Yes.
You know,
But
the standard say, or it's word of whatever Maraga is saying.
Okay.
Sources indicate that President Ruto is ready to create an executive office of the PM for either through an act of parliament and use the 2008 Grand Coalition model.
Exactly.
Although such a deal will face constitutional challenges because the Prime Minister position is not entrenched in the Constitution, it is understood that the implementation of the NADCO report could see the seat created. So it all depends on the implementation of the NADCO.
We just have to wait, like good Kenyans, and just wait for them to do what they normally do. But if you want to read more of that story, you can go to the Standard, or you can choose the Daily Nation. I think the Daily Nation has given you 2 pages. Hapo wamepatia page gapi? Ni page moja, page number 4 in the Standard, and then page number 6 and 7 in the Daily Nation. Now going over to I think Sha iko kwa nini peke yake, iko kwa the Star peke yake. And let me start with you, Shiro. Sha saizi tumefika wapi? According to where you were seated, tumefika wapi saizi?
Hakuna mahali tumefika.
I like that.
Hatujasonga from where we were. We are still there.
Okay.
We are still stuck on NHIF. We still think it was better than SHA. I think last year there was a trading story of a girl, a young girl, a baby actually, who died and had a bill of over $1 million, and SHA could only contribute 23,000 to the bill. You see, it's not helping. Ukienda mashinani, our parents are hypertensive, they have diabetes because of age and all that, and nothing is happening. The burden is being brought back to us to fund their medical processes. Yet they have subscribed to a health insurance, and, you know. But I think I'm getting tempted to call the president the issue.
Do not conform to it.
I think he should just give us a listening ear. Because sometimes when Moses Kuria was given the advisory seat, someone somewhere said, you are a good advisor, but who are you advising? You know, he does sometimes. He's too good when you look at him, but again he doesn't listen. This is an outcry from all corners of the country. People are saying this thing is not working.
It's not working.
Give us some process that is going to help us. But he's not doing anything. You know, these are some of the things that, for him to actually secure a second term, if he's willing to, these are some of the things that he should come and look into.
That is on SHA, and I think the Star has really tried to bring up another perspective of it, because apparently, according to the Star, this morning, there let me just say allegedly, there might be there might be a coincidence or a situation that the information is not with the government, it's the private person, and I don't know what to say about that, because that is why I said allegedly, because hatujui mahali ambapo imetoka. But what do you think about that story, Maraga?
This story is actually a build-up of what the president said yesterday. It is so sad, like she said, the president is not listening to us.
That's true.
And it's now that he's realizing that SHA is not working. Going by his statement, he said, I'm sure it is going to work. It is going to work is a future tense, which means he has accepted. Yes,
it's not working at the moment.
It's not working. You look at the CS Health. Honorable Dr. Deborah, she cannot even explain herself. She doesn't have a grasp of what SHA is. She cannot be able to explain. You look at it during the Senate session, she was asked questions and she could not answer. SHA is not working. That's the reality. That's the truth. And the president needs to listen to the people. And if I was the president, I could have gone to hospitals to find out why is SHA not working.
Yeah, I think I would like to refer to when passports were not going through. Then CS, right now he's the deputy president, but then CS Kindiki went to Nyayo House to see why passports are not being printed. And I think if they take that course, we might be leading somewhere.
Yes. So if he goes, if I was him, there was a time Honorable Salasia talked and they exchanged. I would have, if I was the president, I would have said, oh, you are saying it's not working. After this session, I want us to go to hospitals nearby. Let's see if it is working, if it's not working. The president needs CSS who are supporting him. These CSS, if they are staying in the office, they want to know if it is working or not. So you see that there was an assistant who stormed in to their offices telling them it's not, and they were about to have a press briefing at that moment. They didn't even know it's not working at that moment. And then she got arrested, and I think they got done away with the case. So I think they should go where people are. Right now, private hospitals are not using SHA. They have banned it from their system. So who is going to serve? The citizens of this country. And then the national government is also experiencing the same. They may not speak it out because now you understand the government with the past events. Right now, the CSS are using the script the president is using. SHA is working. The president comes out and say it is going to work, and then they come back and they say yes, we accept their challenges, but we are optimistic.
We are going to work on it.
Going to the question is, we need it working, not it's going to work. People are dying. People are suffering. People are struggling. We are catering for our own experiences, and yet we are being deducted over the same, and we are not seeing any impact. We are not seeing any results. So which way forward?
And Shiro, we've had a lot of complaints, especially from the ground. Oh, nimeenda hospitali, I'm supposed to, I don't know, to have dialysis. I had a case that maybe a mother was supposed to have dialysis, but because it's not working, she wasn't able to. Why do you think haifanyi kazi up to now? Because it is, I think we only have a few years until the president runs again. Well, actually not a few, you have 2 years until amalize. That means that we're in our 3rd year. So 3 years down the line, why is it still not working?
It goes back to whatever Maraga is saying. The people we have in office.
Sorry.
The people we have in office. I don't think they care to know why it is not working. You see, some of the systems, the government system, I take you back to when Kindiki, when Rigathi was being impeached, we had, what do you call them, the Gazette notice. They were being printed overnight to say whoever has been appointed, you know.
That's true. That's
even
true.
it would go up to 3 Gazette notices in a night. But you see, that proves that the government is efficient. If they want it to work, it can work. But they don't care to know why it is not working. They are just relaxed in their offices, you know, just bossing around. They actually don't care.
And you think that's the main problem?
Yes,
Now, for you back at home, by the way, I'm sure you've heard about this SHA story over and over again. The Social Health Authority, duweka kuna SHA, kuna SHI, kuna haki walai wa Kenya, lisikia wengine wameanza kumaka kuifanya alphabet SHA, SHE, SHI, SHO, SHU. It is well. That is why we say we are in a happy country. I don't think there is anything Kenyans can't make a joke out of. But
you see, the sad part of it is actually the deductions. Why are you deducting? It is not beneficial. Why are you deducting? You know, the deductions are very painful to those who have pay what do you call them? It's very painful. Why are you deducting the money? See, you just allow me to go to a private farm and insure myself. No, haifanyi kazi.
That is true.
Another day in Thika, I came across a man who was paid to advertise SHA on the street. Ile ya kupeana zile pamphlets.
People don't know about it kwa ground. I think there's a lot of work that needs to be done. But among the few challenges that we've been having in SHA include the technical glitches. We've had hospitals having difficulties in accessing the SHA system due to, number one, maybe technical errors. We've had hindering patient verification and also registration process. Those are some of the systemic challenges that we've been having. We've also had claims of processing delay. That is slow processing of medical claims that has led to financial strains on the health providers, with many experiencing irregular payments. That is why the private hospital right now, they are not accepting SHA at the moment. And also we've had limited coverage in private facilities. That is where I was coming. And some hospitals have restricted, I think right now zimeongezeka actually. Most hospitals have restricted SHA and they are compelling patients to pay out of their own pockets for services that were previously covered under the NHIF system, that is the National Hospital Insurance Fund. And now in response, I think the Deputy President, Kithure Kindiki, said that they are committing to add 7.8 billion to address the issues and improve the system.
Wow.
They are going to set aside a budget, or what are set aside, tutatenga shilingi 7.8 billion shillings to address these issues. But now the problem is that when you go to the grassroots, there is still a big problem with SHA. And Maraga, what do you think we are not doing? Ni nini hii hatufanye ndio maana hii system inatufail?
you know, I'm worried when the deputy president says we are setting aside money to solve this problem. I'm also worried on the intentions and the priorities of the government. This is a serious issue. So you are waiting for people to continue perishing as you set aside, as you say it's going to work. This is a health situation which needs instantaneous action. Not like we are going to do it, not even tomorrow. If I was the president, I could have sat down, solved the issue today. And you see, let's go back to where the problem comes in. The star.
The star, yeah.
Here, it says, let me begin from this paragraph where it says this process was contrary. The process of procurement, as it was neither planned, it wasn't budgeted for. This SHA was not planned, was not budgeted for. So it was, the system was procured. I think the government needs to go back and analyze why shift worked. And then why
SHA is
SHA is not working. And then now connect
the dots.
the dots and then let the light come out. The problem we have is majorly on the administration. Who is supposed to solve this problem? What are the CSS, the PSS in the healthy sector doing? They are supposed to sit down, find an amicable way out and solve this problem. Give out an initiative to the president that this is how we can solve the problem, rather than coming out defending it, and it's not working at all. And no matter how long they are going to defend it, if it is not working, it's not working. It needs until they resolve it from the back end. If you see the system in the hospitals is failing, it means the back end is failing.
Okay, and Shiro,
Yes.
In just 3 years, we are in the third year of President William Ruto's regime. We had our first CS, our first health CS, and now we have another health CS. What the system failed when the first CS was there. SHA was still not working. Right now we have a CS Deborah. SHA is still not working. Where is the problem? Is the problem in the ministry? Is the problem in planning and administration, as Maraga says? Shida iko wapi exactly?
Shida iko kila mahali. Because if it is planning, then those in office should have noticed that there was a gap.
A gap somewhere.
While planning, and they should have sorted the gap as early as yesterday. But they keep repeating the same thing. They keep hearing the same thing, and then you cannot do the same thing the same way and expect different results. You have to think again and see where is the problem. And maybe if it is the planning, change the plan. Try something else to see whether the situation will become. But again,
but I see the way she has put it. When we have a problem to do with political turmoil, what do politicians do? What does the president do? He brings on board people to solve that political problem. So why not bring people on board, sit down, solve this problem? Yes.
Okay, I think that's quite interesting, and we are going to hear more of SHA because until it works, I think Wakenya ni Wakenya too. They are still going to continue speaking about it until itafanya kazi. And I think the Star has done
a very sensitive issue. Actually, it's an issue of life and death.
It's a sensitive issue kwa sababu ni mambo ya hospitali, and the Star has done a really good job. You can get that on page kindly.
It is on page
you can get that on this. I didn't see it in the Daily Nation.
It's on page
there
6.
we have it right here.
It's page on page 8.
Page 8 of the Star. I did not see any of that in the Daily Nation, anything concerning SHA. I don't know if you saw it in the Standard. I don't think they put it there. Nadhania leo the Star imeamua tu kwenda tu kwa kile ambacho kina affect wa Kenya. Leo ndio wameamulia. But another story that I really like today is the headline on the Daily Nation. Red flags in Ruto's housing project. Red flags in President Ruto's housing project. And so this is what the Daily Nation says. The government has entered into 49.5 billion affordable housing contracts on parcels of lands with missing title deeds. Now, this raises a question on how Kenyans buying houses from the projects will get sectional titles to own the units in absence of original titles at a time when affordable housing programs continues to operate. Now, just from the first story, Shiru, what are your thoughts on the affordable housing project? By the way, juu saizi tumesonga nayo, we started this journey last year. Saizi tumepoya mwaka ingine, we are still continuing this journey.
That has reminded me of a guy who went viral for asking Nani hana kwao.
Nani hana kwao?
Nani hana kwao.
Again, Kenyans will always be Kenyans.
Yeah. This brings the question. The houses were built on the public land.
Yeah.
The question is,
hizo titles ziko wapi by the way?
Titles ziko wapi? It's a public land. Titles ziko wapi? Unajua zinaweza kuwa zimeibiwa na iko kwa shamba ya mtu. We don't know. Again, will you own a unit on a public land? You know that is very confusing. Right? Some of these things, oh my God. Again, it comes back to the payslip. Deductions and all that. Then una deductiwa unaenda unapata kumbe hata title hakuna.
Hakuna title.
After pesa yako yote imechukuliwa unapata hakuna title.
Maraga, what is your first thought on the affordable housing missing titles?
I think it's the same case like SHA. The government projects are failing. Now, if you build a house in a land that you don't have a title to, and then you are going to sell to people.
Okay.
Which title deed are you going to hand over to them? That's the first question. And then remember this affordable housing thing. We are also being deducted. The person who is being deducted money is not going to own that house. And then the irony is the person who is being deducted money is not paying off for the house. You see? And if you want the house, you will buy it again.
You have to buy it again.
You have to buy it again.
And okay, this gets me to this, Shiro. Saizi, unajua tunasemanga ni vizuri kuweka masikio kwa ground. And you guys are in the ground. Do Kenyans out there understand how the affordable housing program is working, especially because this is coming out of their own salaries? Watu wanaelewa uko kwa ground, watu wanaelewa venye kitu tunafanya.
Sidhani wanaelewa sana pase. Some of them only hear about it on television, reading it on newspaper. Maybe some of them has never even seen a unit. At least mimi nikipita nikienda Muranga naona Kabati kuna kadhaa na Thika town yetu MKU kuna kadhaa unaona. But there was no proper public participation or public sensitization. We are doing this project, this is how it will work, this is how you will benefit. You'll be deducted money to do this. When you want to own a unit, this is what you will do. They don't have that information. They totally don't have that information. And I think hiyo iko kwa ile ministry ya Alice Wahome. I still believe she's a good lady. And I hope she's going to sort some of these issues. Because if she doesn't, history will judge her very harshly. Will judge her very harshly.
Actually speaking, sorry for cutting you short. Speaking about CS Alice Wahome, I beg your pardon, sorry. She said that she'll be releasing 4,888 units by the end of March. We are in March. So March ikiendelea kuisha pale, atakuwa sha launch units zingine 4,888. And then she continues to say that she will possibly release others between 4,000 and 5,000 in the next 1 year. So hizi nyumba zinaendelea kulunchiwa. But Maraga, do we understand why in the first place? Because according to the Daily Nation, in that page 4 and 5, because hapo ndo wamepatia kipaumbele, I think there's a section I read, here we go, and it says that there was a survey that was done by the KNBS, that is the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, on housing survey that shows that more than half of Kenyans, that is 55.5%, prefer to build their own houses. Now 12.5% prefer to buy. Now with these facts here, and with the sort of public participation yenye tuko nayo kule kwa grassroots, do you think the project is getting anywhere hata kama tunaendelea ku launch more and more units?
I don't think it's getting anywhere because people don't understand what it is.
Na sasa if it's not getting anywhere, what is going to happen? Kwa sababu everyone who's salaried right now, is paying something
Yeah.
for these affordable houses. If we are not understanding what is happening,
Yes.
sasa inamaanisha nini? Pesa yetu inaenda bure ama?
Now that's the question for the government to answer, because we need to understand from the onset we scrutinized the purpose of this affordable housing and cutting it from our payslips. The government did not answer those questions critically. We questioned why must we pay for the affordable housing, and who will own the affordable house, and how are we going to own the affordable house, and how are you going to transfer, where are the title deeds, who owns that land you are going to build that house on. The government did not answer, but they said the same thing, it is going to work. And still right now you see they are launching many of them, and they're saying it is going to work. But I'm worried, the ones they are built on, who owns them now? Do they have the title deeds? How are they paying? Is it through the payslip or cash or their own way? So we need to understand that the government did not do proper public sensitization on that, because going back they never did proper public participation. So it goes back to the planning. If I was the president, I would sit down, critically analyze the plans we have implemented. Are they working? That's the purpose of governance. Are they getting results? Because you adjust each and every day to make it work for the purpose of and benefits of the citizens. But now this affordable housing, I personally, with my degree, I still don't understand it. How about a citizen who is there, who has not gone to school, and maybe is working and doesn't know that?
Maraga, you've mentioned something about how people are going to own these houses, and I see here CS Wahome says this. Now the money you're paying, the money that is being cut from your salary, is not supposed to give you the house. It's basically the offtake. It's basically money that is helping the government build the house. Okay. Now after that, if after that, it's you who actually pay for that house. We are not building and giving you. It's like a tenant purchase. So it's like more. It's more of a tenant purchase. Now my question is, nimekatwa hii yote, tumekatwa. Once I get to this house, what happens?
My question is, why are we
why
helping the government to build houses for us, and we are paying tax? That's the question. So my question is, where is the money that's being taxable going? Why are we helping the government build houses for us? Instead, the government should be helping us by building houses for us. And then now, cutting off from the payslip and not substantially explaining where the money is going, whether I'm going to get it back or not. Obviously, from that statement, I'm not going to get it back. So the question is, why is it necessary in the first place? And you see, we have a lot of money in this country, but is it necessary to cut off from my payslip to support the government in building houses, the house I'm not going to live in?
Okay. Shiro, tumeongea kuhusu public participation.
You get deducted, then you come back and buy.
That is where I'm coming. Tumeongea kuhusu public participation, and for the grassroots to understand this, there has to be, proper communication. I'm going to them. Unajua saa mtu ambaye ako kule Nyanza huko ndani, it might be a little bit hard kuelewa some of these terms. So, where you're seated right now, as a young leader, what would be maybe your advice to CS Wahome kwa sababu kusolve kitu? Because right now I think in the mind of many Kenyans is that tunakatwa na hatujui mahali inaenda. What should the government do right now, and especially speaking to the Ministry of Lands, to make sure that number one, tunaelewa? Because I don't think it would be such a bad thing for us to have houses, kumaliza Kibra slums, kumaliza the Mathare slums, and for us to have perfectly crafted, beautiful houses. But now, for Kenyans to understand why this is necessary, and for Kenyans to see the importance of this, what should be done?
You see, we have an issue in governance, with governance. They make a mess. They just come in without plans, or proper plans. They make a mess, then they go back to, what are we supposed to do? It should, that is the first thing they should have done, the planning. Each and every government project should start with public participation. What does the public, what does the people want about this project. Wanataka nini? What do they want? Do they want it? Do they want the affordable housing, or do they want affordable, hospitals or something? You prioritize. But again, now they come in, make a mess, then they go back to the drawing board. And that is why we keep going back. You make a progress, then you go back. I think again, it is never too late. The houses are already built at Wezi Bomoa. So she can just recruit people, come to the grassroots, do mobilization, do sensitization. Hata yeye mwenyewe wacha akuje ground, hata kama ni rais, wacha hata yeye akuje ground. Aseme hizi nyumba tulijenga, this is how you should acquire them, this is why we deducted your money, this is why you should buy, these are the title deeds. If you buy, you must have the certificate. I don't know what it is, the title deed for the unit or whatever certificate for ownership. This is how we will issue all these things.
Yeah.
And I think people are willing, because you have so many people in the slums, they are willing to move into these houses. Again, there should be proper planning and procedures to be followed, and they should just come and tell the people. We are not very hardcore. Sometimes you listen.
Okay.
But then we listen. If something makes sense, we listen.
Wanafanya. I think that's on the government. They have to do a lot of public participation for Kenyans to continue understanding this. That is on page 4 and 5 of the Daily Nation. If you want to know how the housing project is working, I can see they've put here, they've written on market trades. That's where they're explaining how the houses are going to be owned. They've put on the promise, what President Ruto says about it. They've put there the units that have already been launched, and about the ownership, how you're going to own the house. So get your Daily Nation, page 4 and page 5, and you will read more on that. And because producer ananiambia time imeisha, ninakuona kabisa producer, ananiambia our time is almost over. I think those are the top stories that we have on our review this morning. I'm going to give the gentleman and the lady as well a minute of their parting shot. But before we do that, in case you love any story in there, you can always go back to your shop and ukanunue gazeti. And ununue gazeti usome. And good thing is that nowadays we are digital. And pale online, it is good to know what is happening to your country, because we say that we are in this world but not of this world. And for you to stay in this world peaceful, you have to know how it's happening. You have to know what is happening. So that when you're praying, you know where to start. And let me start with the gentleman. You give us your parting shot for our paper review, Leo.
For me, my parting shot is to the president first. Read this paper. You will understand the problems we are facing. You will understand the turmoils we are facing in this country. You will understand where your priorities are supposed to be. And you will understand the hiccups and the challenges of your administration that you need to address with immediate effect. Number 2, to young people like me, 2027, let's step out, not only to vote but also to vie. And as we are going on to hold the government accountable, let us also be accountable for ourselves. Yes, do not articulate matters that will hurt someone there recklessly, but be disciplined, principled, and focused. And to those who are supporting the government in terms to do with leadership, like the CSS and the PSS, and even the county government leaders, focus on solving issues that affecting the Kenyans and not your political aggrandizement benefits. And also let us not only point fingers to the president. Is your MCA working? Is your MP working? Is your senator working? Is your woman rep working? Is your governor working? Look it from the bottom up. Is that what you say? Yes. Let's start from there, and then as we hold the president accountable, let us also hold other leaders accountable and solve issues in this government amicably.
Thank you. That is Douglas Maraga. Mashiro, what is your parting shot for today's paper review?
Mine will be very short. To the president, let your government be sufficient. Let your procedures be sufficient. Give us a good governance. That is all we want. When we see the Gen Zs out, when you see people talking, when you see the outcry, when you hear the outcry, just give us the good governance we yearn for. And that is all we want. We don't hate you, we actually love you. But wewe tupee tu good governance.
Yes.
Alafu tutakuwa tu sawa.
Tutaendanisha
Alafu tutakuwa
vizuri.
tu sawa.
Amazing. Thank you so much Ashiro wa Chief. Bado hujaituambia Chief ni nani. Lakini ni sawa.
Au nataka ile ya chief whip.
Chief, labda ni kumanifest Chief Whip. Chief Whip in the future. But thank you so much for making time for our paper review this morning. And to you, Douglas Maraga, we really appreciate you coming here. And maybe you are hoping in future you're going to join us for more paper reviews. And of course, to you back at home, asante sana for giving me your time at this morning. For our impact dialogues, we know there's a conversation that we haven't had, but do not worry, we are going to take care of that on Wednesday. But for today, this was a newspaper review, impact dialogues with me, Ruth Wanjiru, without forgetting that it is our partners week. It is our partners week, and we want to make sure that we celebrate you this partners week. We want to make sure that we tell you how much we love you. We want to make sure that you're getting us loud and clear as well. So for you to partner with us, our paybill number is right down there on your screen. You can take a screenshot of that and maybe you can use it maybe later, ama kama unaitumia saizi tumie tu saizi 171133. Account number is Oracle TV. We say that we partner so that we stay on air. And your next month uone impact dialogues tena Monday, Wednesday na Friday. But thank you so much for being with us for these 1.5 hours. I love you and I appreciate you so much. Thank you to my producer Baliogera Frederick Martin. Baliogera, siwezi kusahau, najua hiyo jina nasemanga vibaya lakini siwezi kusahau. To my producer as well, and also to the whole Oracle TV crew for making this happen. Until on Wednesday, I have been your host Ruth Wanjiru. See you when you see me. Stay safe, stay blessed, and stay happy.